podcast, a place to be inspired by transparent storytelling while being ignited with confidence from the inside out to fulfill your own purposeful connections and to inspire others. So I am your host, Dawn Patrice. I'm happy to see you guys in here. Welcome in. I'm not going to give it a little bit more time. This is it. We're going to keep this thing rolling. I like to be prompt. So today I have a special guest that will be coming in, and I can't wait to introduce her. But first, before I get started, I came up with this thing because a lot of times we look at social media and look at these pretty pictures and videos of people look all put together, and I was like, yeah, that's not always real. So I came up with this thing called Trans Moment. So if you get to watch me more and more, I cut things off. Like, I make things short. So Trans Moment is short for transparent moment. So this week, I had a challenging start and just, getting the flow of my day going and being productive. So as a creative, many times our minds are everywhere. Like, you have so many gifts and talents where sometimes you don't really know not know how to, but it's hard to hone in on one particular thing at a time because your mind is constantly going. So anyway, I had a day where I was just like, what's wrong with you, girl? Get it together. So I wound up journaling. So as I was journaling, as soon as I was finished, I was able to come up with my introduction that I just did, because I was like, I want to have a consistent flow. I want people to remember what I'm saying. I want them to feel good when they're listening, and once they get off, to still feel ignited, with everything that will be said throughout the podcast. So anyway, I'm like, okay, well, today I really wasn't to flop. Like, you just had to be still and just be. Like, just be. Don't over-process things in your mind. And if you have not seen my last dose of Dawn when I was talking about self-talks, like, as creatives, people in general, period, we really have to talk to ourselves to get our, be clear. So anyway, that's my trans moment of the week. If you have a transparent moment, put it in the chat. I love to read it and shout you out. We human. We have to yes, absolutely. Shout out to my girl, Makira. We definitely have to take breathers and don't beat yourself up. Thank you. I work on that quite frequently. So as you can recall in my intro, I have purposeful connections. So that brings me to my special guest today. So I was a center manager some years back, and I had one center that I was managing, and then we merged another center together. So I actually met my special guest, her mom. She was a participant at that time. So contrary to, when we were growing up, seniors, like the elderly, they was real elderly, not in a cripple or debilitating way, nothing like that, but it was just a lot of wisdom that they would give us. However, where I was working, it wasn't like that. But her mom, she was one of the very few that poured into me, encouraged me, prayed for me, and was really just a constant in my life, even after I transitioned from that role, because just her light and her inspiration was, even to this day, I glean from the prayers and the encouragement that she gave me. So I remember this one time she was in my office. I think I actually spoke to Crystal on the phone one time when we were talking about Crystal, because she has other children, but because Crystal and I are within the same age group, she was like, yeah, you should meet my daughter. She's da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, okay. But I remember vividly her mom saying, she was like, you and Crystal are going to work together next year. And that was like, this been years ago. But people say stuff, you don't know when things are going to manifest, but you just keep on living. So it's pretty amazing how now we are kind of full circle. I'm like, okay, this is what her mom was talking about. We are working together. And throughout the years, I've actually been a customer of hers. And when I tell you, when you meet her and you see her, you already gonna get all the feels that I have for her. But just know, my special guest is from the ATL. I mean, the real Atlanta, West Side. You already know. If you're from Atlanta, you know what time it is. Ain't no East Side, Decatur, Atlanta bred. So I am going to bring on Miss Crystal. Let's see. Boom. Come on, girl. Yes. Is she ready? There it is. A little pay. What's up?
What's up? In my Atlanta girl. Hi, Don.
Hey, welcome in. I wanted to say some more stuff. I was like, but I keep on talking. Let me bring my girl in.
Thanks for bringing me in.
You're very welcome. So introduce yourself to the people and let them know who you are, what you do, and how bomb you are.
Well, since you guys all want to know, I was playing. But hi, guys. I am Crystal, Arlene, Crystal Tilly, Kat, whatever you want to call me. Not whatever you want to call me, but I'm Crystal Arlene. I am the owner and operator of Arlene & Co. Gourmet Treats here in Atlanta, Georgia. I customize gourmet treats like candy apples, chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered anything covered in chocolate pretty much. I do. I create memories with my treats for, all type of occasions, baby showers, weddings, birthday parties, just because I want some of your chocolate covered strawberries, just because I want one of your apples. That's me. I'm your girl. So,
yes.
That's me, guys. I am born and raised here in Atlanta. No, I'm not a Grady baby, but I was born here at Piedmont. So, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm from Atlanta.
I know.
Girl, what part of Atlanta you from? Right. What part of Atlanta you from? Because everybody want to be from Atlanta, but they ain't from Atlanta. But I am really.
They're not from the city, exactly.
Yeah, they're not from the city. I got it on my ankle. I'm really from the city. Okay.
Hello. Thank you. Likewise. Look, before we came on, y'all, we did like a little test run, and I saw her earrings. I'm like, oh my God, my shoes match her earrings. I'm like, but I want to, since you were talking about your treats, of course, so a special delivery came to your girl, so y'all can see. Now, let me just tell y'all, like I said, I have been a customer of Crystal's, and she did my goddaughter's send-off party. And I remember showing my mom just some caption shots that I'm trying to be neat, y'all. It wasn't hard. I'm just really trying to be neat. But I was showing her some caption shots. Y'all see that? Y'all see? Oh, it moved a little bit. But y'all catch the drift. Y'all catch it. This is the class that she has and the professionalism that she exudes in her business. And my mom saw a picture. I don't think I ever told you this, but she saw you because, I was just taking pictures of you as you was putting the food up, the treats up. And so she saw the picture. She was like, oh, I like that. She was like, she got her gloves on. She clean. I said, yes, she is, baby. Baby, she was not playing. Like, you came in ready to work, had everything that you needed. It wasn't just on point. So, just know, y'all.
You tell your mom I said thank you so much.
I will. I really will. I will. So what inspired you to start this business in the first place?
Girl, I will give nobody no credit but God. I have a really strong retail background. So my first job ever that I worked there so long was at Six Flags. And I will always tell this story till the day I die. My friend Brian, he's one of my closest friends now, but it was a whole situation. Either I go to Ross, go to Park Service, or stay in retail and make these apples. So I ended up staying in one of these candy stores that we had at the park and making candy apples and just doing it. I didn't want to do it, honestly, but, I didn't want to lose my job, so I had to do something.
I know that's right.
I ended up being, kind of honing on that whole gourmet treat business and kind of doing it, making fuzz, making cookies, just, kept doing it. Super forward, I stopped working at Six Flags. I was there for 12 plus years. I stopped working there. I started to work. I started to do hair full time. I do hair. I was doing hair.
You're just a whole creative.
Yes, I'm super creative. I am a creator. I'm a creator, a whole creator. I create everything. I'm a visual person. If I see it, I can't draw, but I can come up with the concept and make it look really good, make it look really, really pretty. So, anyways, I was doing hair. So, you know how you step out on faith? I stepped out on faith, but, you can't step on faith and, not trust God fully. So, I stepped on faith and not fully trust God. So, my whole thing and doing hair, it was going good. But then I hit this drought. Whew. Like a drought. Like
drought. Okay.
A drought.
So, look. You was questioning like, okay, God, I'm trusting you, but what's up?
Yeah. So I had like a little doubt in my mind. You can't say, oh God, I trust you. They have like a little doubt in your mind because that doubt that you have is gonna outweigh what you think.
It's an oxymoron. Yeah.
Yes,
it's you can't.
Definitely. So, long story short, I was like getting ready for church one morning, and I heard God. It was like around Valentine's Day too, and I heard God say, "Clear, like post your shot." Because I always been doing this, but like all the people who knew I could do these trees were like my friends and my family. I would do it from like my friends' baby showers and bridal showers and stuff, but I never did it to this capacity. And so I was like, I'm not about to post some strawberries. And I don't know, this is me telling God, like, I'm not about to do it. I'm telling him no, I ain't about to do it.
I'm gonna do it my way.
Right. I'm still getting ready. And it's like, he was like, girl, go in there and post some goddamn strawberry. I was like, okay, guy, I hear you. So I'm like, my mama literally, hurry up, girl, we about to be late. I'm in there, let me post this on my story. And IG stories had kind of like just evolved. They weren't as popular as they are now, but it had kind of, you can post in your Instagram story. So I posted it on my Instagram story with the church all day. I get no views. Like, I might got views, but I get no inquiries. Like, nothing. Right. So I was like, I knew this wasn't gonna work. So I left it alone. And then I heard goddamn Monday say, post them again. So I was like, okay, it might be something to this. Let me go ahead and post them again. It took me a minute to do it, but I posted them again. And after I posted them again, I got an inquiry. I got one. I was like, okay. Hey, one is better than nothing. So I was excited about that one order that I had.
Absolutely.
Strawberries. Okay, cool. Then I got another order. And I was like, oh, this kind of working. So I was like, Mom, like, I need your help. And she's like, what you need? Like, my mama, she has my back for eating.
She's solid. She real, for sure.
Shout out to
Mom.
If you know my mama, y'all know she ride with me. She ride with all her family. She ride with anybody. Like, she's a...
Shout out to Mama Tilly.
Hey, Mama. I'm a mama's girl, too. Anyway, so I heard my nephew was there too. I'm like, I need some money. Like, I need y'all to help me with this. We went to Michael's over here in the Buckhead, and I bought everything I needed. I got, like, I knew how I wanted this box to look.
I had the vision.
Yeah, I had a vision in my house. It was really, really nice and pretty. So let me just go get my stuff or whatever. So I got everything that I needed. Like, my mom was like, hey, it's yours. Get whatever you need. I sent out my orders, y'all. And then by the time I finished with those couple orders, I think I had maybe like 10, 15 orders, like for my first Valentine's. That's good. I ain't had no money. So for me to have that money coming in,
look,
that's not small beginnings.
Right. You stepped out on faith. You was a little, hesitant, like, man, God, you tripping. This ain't popping off. But you did it again. You were obedient.
Mm-hmm.
So by you being obedient, then you reach out to outsource, like, hey, come on, what's up? Y'all help me out. So from there, that was your investment. Like, they invested in you. They sold into you to even build your business. That's a blessing, because some people can't say that,
Right. My friend and I, we were talking about our families the other day. Like, my family, my mom, my sister, my brother, my sister-in-law, my nephew, my nieces, my friends. Like, I have a really solid support system. I'm so thankful. I can't thank them enough. Like, I love my friends. I love my family. Like, they hold me.
I will say this, you're so right. Just even viewing your stories, like, I actually came to support you. You did, I think it was a pop-up show some years back, and you had it was downtown, I think.
The one that I hosted?
Yeah.
So you had your solo pop-up shop, yes.
Right, but you had your team there. Everybody was in their uniform. Everybody was professional. So not just viewing your stories or seeing what you're posting on social media. Like, Crystal is really the creme de la creme. Like, what you see is what you get. It's no, for real, like, it's no half-stepping. And for a person that's big on customer service and presentation, like, I can appreciate and honor and salute people that actually take the time and pride in everything that they do. Like,
Absolutely. People like, I mean, you can have strawberry. It's crazy. And I say it all the time because I see it all over my story. Anybody can make strawberries, But, you know, like, what separates you from you? Like, I know that I'm anointed. I know that I have great customer service. And I know that I have quality product. So, yeah, Shanique can go be out there making strawberry soup. But,
baby,
Mr. Arlene.
Baby, Shanique ain't doing it. Shanique ain't doing it with love, okay? Because Shanique will, I know Shanique out there, but to know somebody from the inside out, y'all check this out. Cold food. And they always sweet.
Ah, yes.
Always sweet. And I don't know where you get your strawberries from,
Hey.
but I ain't ever, like, straight up, you know, you can use somebody's service, and it's not consistent, but every time I've had your food, your sweets is always sweet, okay?
Thank you. If that ain't sweet, then right. Thank you.
Exactly.
Consistency is the key. That's how you get returning customers. And a lot of my clients, a lot of my customers that I have are always like, I make money off the same people, like literally. They don't spend like $50. They spend hundreds of dollars with me. So shout out to all my clients, all my customers. Thank you guys so much for always supporting me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Do you find it that a lot of the, like you said, word of mouth, is that how you build a lot
oh
of,
my God,
not just clientele, but lasting relationships, partnerships?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. A lot of times when people come to the website, or they're like, because I have a business line as well, so people will call in, people will text and ask questions as well. So I'm like, hey, how did you hear about me? Oh, I was talking to Brittany over here. Oh, I was talking to Dunn. Miss Dunn know you. Okay, y'all, like that, and hashtags, that ACL sweets, them ACL treats. Oh, baby, put you in the game. Definitely. So hashtags and word of mouth.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But as you were building, did you do like any research with social media? Because sometimes it's kind of a hit and miss as far as like hashtags. What should I post? How should when should I post? Like, do you look at your insights? Like, how do you really brand your business successfully?
I just started recently here looking at insights. I know what I like to see. I know presentation sell. People are visual eaters. So if it looks good, if you in the circle, in the realm of what's going on now, people will buy in. So if it doesn't look good, people ain't gonna buy it. Period. Point blank. I did have a social media manager. I've had one like the last couple of years. This is like my first year. I've kind of been doing it by myself, but I've had people to help me because I'm not savvy on it. I have a good following. I don't have a large following, but I have a good following on my personal page. So posting on my personal page and people are coming over to follow. I did a partnership one time with ACL Scoop. Everybody knows about ACL Scoop. You want to know something about something? Go to ACL Scoop. So I did a partnership with them before, and I got pretty much all my followers. Like before I did the ACL Scoop post, I did a giveaway with them. I think I was maybe like 500 some followers, and like I got my 1,000 some followers from that, and these people still follow me. Like my story highlights get views because of like this. I mean, ACL Scoop helped me, so I can't even take all that credit. Thanks ACL Scoop. Sponsor ads do work. I just started doing those again, like because I have Valentine's Day coming up. That's a huge holiday for me. So yeah, I want to get more money. Of course, I want to brand myself more. I want Arlene Nicole to be out there in the streets of Atlanta. So let me pay this $5 to get this sponsor ad to run through this whole week. It's easy.
That's what's up. Just to drop this on you, try, I think it's called Later. So Later is like a social media manager that, say if Friday you're not busy, that'll be your social media scheduling day. And I think there's another one. Of course, Hootsuite, and I believe Buffer is the one. So just,
Thank you for that. And I also want to give it to I'm giving a shout out to my nieces and my nephew, mainly my nephew, because they're younger, of course, so they're more hip to proceeding to do this. And my friend Jessica, she's TikToks and like videos, all that. Girl, you can kill this, you can do this. I don't always do it though, but because I'm just old, and I'm like, girl, I don't have no light for all this. But she sends me videos and stuff all the time that I should do. So I want to start doing more of it. I promise I am.
No, seriously, there's a study, believe it or not, like we think like, okay, we're too old to be on TikTok. Baby, the average person on TikTok, I believe, is 35 and up. It's more, millennials and up, on there than not. And I was just like, what? For real. But when you look at it, you see people in their doctor's office, like the actual doctors, the lawyers, mothers. You have a hashtag. What is it? Over 40 and fly something.
Right,
so,
right. That's and my brother's like almost 50 years old. So he come one day, he's like, why you don't be doing TikTok videos? I'm like, look, I don't have time to be doing TikTok. But he's like, you need to. So I'm gonna really start to try to do more reels and do more TikToks on my social media platforms. So it does help. It does give you a lot of traffic to your page, for real.
Actually, you get more traction on TikTok versus Instagram. So say you have followers on TikTok that aren't necessarily as active on Instagram, and they can find you on both. It's like,
Yeah, it's like they go hand in hand. Yeah.
Right, for sure. It was something I was about to ask you. My mind went blank. We talked about just your ecosystem of your family, your friends that have supported you. Have you managed what was it? Oh girl, I was gonna ask you something. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, how did you balance or maintain during the pandemic? Like did your business kind of just stop because people like, I ain't trying to go outside, girl. I don't even want to hear you box through the car window now. Like,
my friend, we do this little thing, we were like like looking up at Jesus. So the pandemic, you asked me how the pandemic was. I'm like, God, because let me tell you, Arlene and Co did not miss a beat. Mind you, I was like super full-time entrepreneur at that point. So I was doing hair and doing Arlene and Co. That's all the income that I had. Okay, so the shop was closed. We were closed for like 5 or 6 months. I couldn't one. Like, Cole wasn't playing that. Like, the shop was closed. I mean, it was a whole pandemic. Like, everything was closed. Right. You know, there still were birthdays. There still were anniversaries. There still were just because. There's still because I want to have a date night in the house. There's still those romantic dinners I want to make for my man, for my woman. Who they gonna call? Call Crystal. So, I still manage and maintain. Me and my mama, we wrapped up mama. She's 71 years old. We wrapped up with these masks on, went out to these stores, ordered online, got these strawberries, got these pretzels, got these Oreos, got these boxes, and took to these folks.
Period. And that's good because I've heard that actually it was a lot of people really succeeding throughout the pandemic.
Yeah,
like I couldn't even flip.
I would say the only thing that would made the pandemic horrible for me, my grandmother passed in March, but I'm so thankful that she was able to transition before we got to where we were in the pandemic. But other than that, I had a good year. Like, thankful, blessed, highly favored, miss a beat. I promise you. You trust God, he'll take care of you. And that's just that.
All right now. So I hear a lot of faith talk. So we definitely know faith without works is dead. And so you have paired your faith and your creativity together to constantly manifest and create these beautiful creations that you do so effortlessly, by the way.
Thank
you. Seriously. But that's good because I listen to other podcasts, and what I've noticed is as people progress within their journeys, they find that it's hard for them to balance. But you've been able to balance like your personal, having your family support throughout your journey, and having the character and the substance. And a lot of the entrepreneurs that I've been watching, like they've been in business like 10 plus years, and they're like, okay, but I'm not being a great husband. I'm not being a great father. So I salute you for managing this now versus, when you say if it's God's will, you get married and you have kids. It's like, baby, you've really been doing the work. Like, that's important. And I don't think people really understand, like, you can have the most successful business, but if your home life is not together, if you're not managing the people that are close to you, and just in my perspective, not to say that you're failing, but that's an area that needs to be improved. Right. Hey, y'all. So, do you have anything to kind of add to that?
I totally agree. Basically what I work is that I am, I'm really big on my faith. I grew up and I'm not religious or anything like that, but I can't do anything without God. And my daily prayer is, God, like, make me the entrepreneur to make sure I give you the glory. Because a lot of people, like, they're like, okay, I come up with this, I got this going on. But you really don't. If you look at some of these entrepreneurs, nothing to bash somebody. I support all y'all, but people really don't give God the credit that he deserves. I'm not on here trying to preach or anything, but like without God, how you come up with this idea? He gave you the passion, the creativity to do it. You have to give him the glorification for it. And I know I can't speak for everybody else, but I know for me, for Crystal Tilly, none of this is possible without God. This creativity I have, these gifted hands that I have, y'all. I know I'm creative. I know I can do absolutely anything with my creativity. Absolutely. And I know my creativity will take me far. But who gave me that? God.
Give credit when credit is due.
Ever doubt him. So I do, pray, God, I do want that husband. I do want that child. And I do want to be successful. So I'm doing this now. So my god kids, so my nieces, so my nephews, so my kids can have something to go to. When it's time to work, you 15 years old, you don't have to go work for nobody. You should come work for your auntie. Like, right. A store or two over here. What location you want to work at, baby? You can go. You want to work in Jonesboro? Okay. Let's go to Jonesboro. You want to work in downtown? Right. Okay, let's go. But my mama, she's 71 years old. She don't need to be doing nothing. Right. I got you, mama. What you want, mama? I got you. What? Right. My sister, my brother. Like, I want to be that rich auntie with a little baby. I do want a little baby. But I want to be that. I want to be that rich auntie and take care of my nieces and my nephews. So, like, I'm really big on, like, family. So I want to make sure that I'm doing what I gotta do. I want to take care of my church, my pastors. Like, I want to be able to see into their lives. I want to be able to, church call. Like, hey, I need somebody to stand up. I need a leader to stand up and give me $2,000. I'm standing up. I got my checkbook ready. Like, I want to be that person. Like, be the pillow in the church. Like, that's me. Absolutely. I want to be the entrepreneur, like I was saying, to like give God the glorification. So put me on a platform with all these rich people, so I can be like, oh yeah, God did this for me. God gave me this building. God gave me this idea. God helped me create these apples. I want to be able to give God his glorification. And
absolutely. Being a vessel is everything. And to acknowledge, and you know what, like you said, not to be spiritual, but you got to give praise and honor when it's due. Mm-hmm. But by you speaking on your spirituality and your faith for people that may not even know, like, okay, well, I don't have a relationship with God. How you do that? But just by you shouting them out, just like, the fact that you said, I heard God tell me to post. Like, some people like, well, how you know it is God? I don't know if that's me talking or if that's God talking, but by you telling your story, and even for an example, I just want to chime in when you said, when you heard God, I'm like, ooh, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Now, before, I was hard-headed. So I would hear God, but I did not know. I'm like, okay, is this me or is this God? Because you don't know. And last year, I heard the Spirit of God tell me to resign from my job. And I'm just like, what? But I heard, like, I'm literally, it's so crazy because I'm driving. It was a Sunday. I'm coming from my mama's house. This was in August. And I'm just like, what? But to step out on faith, to step out on faith, and then I had to question him again. I'm like, what? Huh, you sure? Because I'm like, is this me or no? Resign. Okay, let me do it. When I tell you, I have not missed a beat. A beat. And for you to say, you stepped out on faith and God has provided your mom, your nephew, they pulled up, hey, we're going to Michael's, get everything you need. This is for anybody, for everybody that's listening. When you hear that sound still voice, when I tell you, listen, you're not crazy. It might sound crazy, whatever you're hearing, but it's going to be worth it as you keep moving, pursuing. And I'm going to say this. It's not going to be easy. Like, every step is not like, oh my God, I had faith and I just stepped out and it's Let me tell you, y'all, it might be the hardest part of your journey ever where you question, like, you doubting, like you said, like, why you tell me to post this? Ain't nothing happening. Like, so even for me to, my creativity, I speak. So for me to be able to do this podcast, this is me stepping out on faith. I've been hearing it, do this, do that. So I can resonate with your story as far as faith and stepping out and hearing God. And no matter what, just trusting in God. Cause
you got to. I got a word. I think it was New Year's Eve. I got like a couple words here in these last month or so about my business. And my mom gave me the word. It was like, oh, God did it again. And before that, my apostle gave me the word. God will supply all your needs.
According to your riches and glory. Period. Period. Period.
Living like I'm 33 years old and living my best life. Okay, God has provided. I do have a job now, but God is my source. But He has provided me with this resource to enhance my business. So that's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. Do you have time for relationships with your business and your career? Like, how do you? Is that incorporated?
Honestly, that is kind of hard. I was in how do you? This is a tricky question, though. You kind of threw me off a little bit. Do I have time? The answer is no. Will I make time when God sends that person? I sure will. When God sends that person, I sure will. Make time, have time. I remember like it's been times before when I wanted to do things, but I'm like, I really need to work, my schedule is crazy. So I'm a firm believer. You make time for what you want to do. So I might be out there with somebody. You might see me in the streets or something. You might see something. I don't know. I'm gonna stop. But it's
talk your stuff, girl.
I mean, they like these strawberries too. So like, do I have time to date?
Hey, boo, I got some sweets for you. Let me stop before we get off.
But there is, and will be somebody popping up soon.
I know that's right. Claim it. Claim it. For sure.
My ring finger is empty right now, but I'm gonna try to keep my nails done just in case he do come knock on my door. Like God told me to come. God told me to come over here to you, cause I don't know how else he gonna come. But God, he gonna knock on my door and I'm like, hey, my name is Jeremiah, and God told me that you my wife and come marry me. I'm like, okay, Jeremiah, let's go. Let's go to the courthouse, Jeremiah.
Come on, manifestation. Come on.
And then I'm gonna have a little baby too.
But no, straight on, I'm laughing. Like, it's funny, but that's real. In my heart of hearts, I believe, like, when you've really been working on yourself, like, from the inside out, doing all the things that you can do individually in your single life, you won't have a long courtship.
Oh, no.
Like, when you meet that person, y'all have, converse, and, it ain't gonna be long. Like, what's up, hubby?
Right. I was in a relationship and everybody knows I was in a relationship for a very, very long time. And not nothing. Hey, Randy, you may be on here watching. It's just sometimes, different seasons for different things and whatnot. And
you grow apart. Yeah. And everybody can't go with us to the next level, the next season. Like what's the saying? Everybody is for a reason.
Yeah. So, like, and my pastor would say this all the time. A lot of times people will come out into our life for an assignment or for a purpose. So, I fulfilled my assignment with him. That was a long assignment that I filled, child.
Right. And look, because it was a long assignment, that's even more reason why when your husband come in your life, you're going to be like, boom, you know what I went through to get you, baby? I know that's you. What's up? What's up? For real.
Hey.
That part.
Okay.
So I get you. I definitely understand that. We definitely have our seasons of growing and learning from people, not even just, intimate relationships, but friendships. Mm-hmm. Some people that I personally thought would be along my journey for the long haul. And I started realizing, I'm like, dang, I've always said I just want to make sure who is around me is supposed to be there. Okay. And then I see like, okay, well, you weren't supposed to be there. You and it can even be your family members. Like, God be removing folks and you be like, no, not them, God. For real? He like, yeah.
Well, why not them? Like, if God is who you want to go, all right now.
I holla.
All right. And I'm okay with that. Like, I mean, I've lost friends. I've had friends who would be, quote unquote, in my circle, but really not be in my circle. And it's okay. I grew up having a hard time fitting in and having friends. So if you're in my life now, I applaud you. I'm thankful that you're here. And I'm glad that you're here. And if you're not, okay. But it took a long time for me to get to this point right now. So, girl, you want to be my friend? Oh, okay. That's your loss.
Right.
You don't like me? Wow, everybody like me. Like, if you don't like me, you gotta talk with yourself. Because God created me to be a people person. And if you gotta talk with me, Baby, that's so you. You might we end up going to hell.
And, right, and some people don't even realize that they are like low key, not even low key, but they high key jealous. But it's really an admiration. But you can't really communicate like, no, Krista, you really fine, don't you? Really doing what you do. And I wish I had that capability and that creativity like you. But instead of saying that, it's who she thinks she is.
People, they don't know or want to give compliments. If I see a pretty lady, girl, you real pretty, girl, you real fine. Okay, girl. If I see a fine dude, look, your haircut look real good on you. Girl, I love your page. You fine, that's fucking girl, your strawberries look real good. But people don't know how to give compliments because first of all, it's enough money out here in this world for everybody.
Everybody.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So I ain't gonna hate on you. I ain't gonna hate on
Billy Jones.
I ain't gonna hate on Shanika and with her strawberries. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, they're still me. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be myself.
Absolutely.
Like, what's the point of hate? I've never been a jealous person who wanted to hate. Because I got my own. Like, you know, like, I'm okay with being me.
Who you are.
You're doing good. I'm going to say you're doing good. Like, and if you acting crazy, girl, you know, acting crazy. I'm telling you.
Right. No, that's real. I like what you're saying as far as people don't know how to give compliments, which it's such a sweet art just to say you look beautiful because you literally never know how that compliment can change somebody's day. There's so like when I say I didn't know you were, you know, like that to that extent because I'm literally looking at a mirror as I'm looking at you as far as girl, I get everybody, oh, you cute. Girl, I'm hollering out the car window. All right. Like you said, ain't no hating. Yes, no hating in my blood. I won't ever forget. It was this older lady. She looked so regal. I mean, she was absolutely beautiful. Okay. And I told her, I was like, ma'am, I said, you look amazing. She looked at me. She said, baby. She was like, thank you so much. She said, I needed that. You know, so we don't know how many times us giving someone a compliment, whether they say it or not, because we don't know what they're going through.
Right.
But just to be kind, like, I'm like the advocate of bringing humanity and kindness back. Like,
yes,
that's,
oh my God.
Like, that's cool.
I say this all the time. Like, go back to your elementary school days. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Like, people
Come on, golden rule. Come on,
like,
golden
that's
rule.
that. Back in, when you laying down, taking a nap still, treat people the way you want to be treated. But people... That's all. Bring me back when you want to talk about that, because girl, people. I'm a nice person.
We here. Talk about it.
I'm a good person. I have a heart of gold. Not saying I'm like all that. I'm better than anybody.
Right.
But I know who I am. I know what I am as a daughter. I know what I am as a sister, as an auntie, as a godmom, as a cousin, as a friend, as a whatever, as a dessert designer. I know who I am. So I do want the same things back to me. However, I have learned over the years you can't expect Crystal from everybody.
Woo! Baby, let me tell you, as I get this lint off my clothes, that has been the hardest lesson because I'm just like, wait a minute. Don't give me that energy when I know that I'm intentionally showing up as myself authentically.
Right.
But I'm like, but why they do this, Mom? Like, you can't expect you from everybody else. But I'm like, dang, I ain't do them like that. Like, that has really, I want to say, I recently came out that season of, you can't expect you from everybody.
You can't.
Period.
When I do things for people or whatever the case may be, I do it from my heart. If you got to bring it back to my face, oh, I bought you those balloons, or I bought you that piece of candy, or why you do it?
You're right.
Why you do it? Don't even do it. No, I gave you that box. If I ain't want to get in that box, I would have never gave you that box.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say for me, I don't. That's not. Well, I don't want nobody to think that. Let me just clear up something. When I say I never throw anything back in someone's face, but just how people mishandle you. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking from that point. Like when you know that you have been good to people and they just kind of, excuse my language, but shit on you. You know, and act like you know what I'm saying, you haven't been a constant in their life. But, you know, I'm real classy, but sometimes I get real guys like, put some respect on me. Like, straight up.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. What I do, I just remove myself with that situation. So you want to act like that? All right.
Duly noted. And see, for me, what I have learned, when I see it and I recognize it, I'm done. Like before, it would take me years to, disconnect from certain individuals. But now, what's the saying? When they show you who you are, who they are, believe them. Baby, tell that one time, I see you in the street, I might know it, if that, but if not, I'm keeping it moving.
I know, I always speak. You don't want to be started on your blessing. So, hey girl, and keep it going. I don't have to have no conversation, but I'm always speak to you. I'm always be respected. I want to be respected. So I might give you a little nod. I'm gonna wave my hand too, but I'm gonna keep going.
I gotta work on that because that's happening. I just keep it moving. Ain't no bad blood. I don't wish no harm or no.
Way fast. Hey girl. Hey, way fast.
And see, my thought has been keep that same energy. However you treated me, keep that same energy. I'm good. Okay. So, but anyway, this has been a really, really full combo, and I've actually loved every moment of it. Like I've learned so much about just your ecosystem, your support, your blessings, your faith. How you showing up in the world? It's not really just a social media image, but who you are is really who you are, and you're not putting on for the people.
No, I don't have time for that. Like it's gonna be like in church, at home, at the family reunion, at the cookout, in the club, at the lounge. This is gonna be me. I cannot not be nobody else but myself. You either love me or hate me, and more people love me than they hate me. So if you hate me, like I said, you better pray and get yourself ready for God, because I'm not a prophet, but I am the child of a prophet. And it says, touch not my anointing, do my prophets no harm. And that's all I'm gonna say.
And she drops the mic like that. So I was gonna say, did you have, because I want to do this thing called the final dose, since a dose is short for a dose of Dawn. So do you have a final dose of Crystal that you want to leave with the people?
So a little dose of Crystal, which I've been priding myself on this whole conversation, is just keep your faith in God. Like if God brought you to it, He will bring you through it. And that's really all I gotta say. I'm a big advocate, of course, of Arlene and Company Gourmet Treats, but I am put on this earth to be one of God's vessels, and God has brought me here. If you have a dream, you have a passion, you have a desire, if He has given you an idea to start that business, He has given you an idea to open up this venue or do whatever to do. If He's giving you that thing to be this entrepreneur, to be this business owner, do it. He will definitely bring you through it. So just trust God.
All right. Well, thank you so much for gracing us tonight. I really appreciate your energy, your spirit. So y'all already know, go and follow her if you already not following her at Arlene Co.
Arlene and Co.
Oh, Arlene and Co. My apologies. All right. Well, I will see you all. Bye. You're welcome. So, as y'all heard, Crystal is out here doing amazing things. Crystal, I don't know how. Okay. She's out here doing amazing things. So definitely check her out if you already have not. And my last and final dose is pretty much echoing what she said. Trust and believe in your creator and all that you do. If you have a talent, a gift, whatever your specialty is, leave this earth empty. Meaning, when the breath is taken out of your body, make sure you fulfill everything that you were here on earth to do. No matter the circumstances, no matter what you're going through, stay focused, even with the obstacles, and pursue your God-given gifts and abilities, because we're all here for a reason. You just have to discover your reason and fulfill it, because there's so many people in these cemeteries that have books and gifts and talents that they never use.